do fashion or, try to be popular or create any type of reputation here. Um, Let me put some of this up. I'm just more or less exploring different things to, again, do my part in the kingdom. So let's see, over a little bit. So tell you what I found. Oh man, I'm not able to do it. But wait, I have a. All right, so yeah, I can't do it here. But what we've done is found some new work, and they are. So we're gonna start this now because I got something to probably do. All right, and those are the 7 deadly sins. Okay. All right. I didn't again research because I. Let's see, maybe I can use the other device. I need this, but I might need to update it, upgrade it. I know you don't care about that, but it's cracked. Some demon, which are getting their karma back, broke the thing because, again, I have no power, and it really wasn't my business, but people were sneaking around being greedy doing orgies, and I was like, let me see, let me see, let me see. So I actually did set up my camera because they were threatening me over this foolishness and wanted me to be dead or out of the way. When it wasn't that serious, it was just a bunch of kids that were having some lusty moments, and they got me involved, and I was like, the sheriff is here, right? And they don't like that. It's like, who does she think she is? Let's just get rid of her because we're immature. We don't realize we can do what we want to do. What was I going to do? Call the body part police? I don't know. Excuse me. Trying to plug this in and see if it'll actually juice up because they tore this thing up royally. I mean, I have to just probably get a whole nother one. I mean, they really tore it up. Okay, here's the camera. Sometimes it was charging and then it stopped charging because I guess they were coming into the unit trying to really destroy it because they felt there was some evidence on there. Well, evidence goes to clouds for those that didn't know. In other words, you could have just taken the whole thing, but we're not going to give you knuckleheads any ideas. You're so smart. All right, so it's charging. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I need a second device, honestly. So if it comes on, I'm going to be happy, happy, joy, joy. In fact, some broad gave me another computer. I haven't seen it. She must have stolen it back. She's weird. We're not gonna give her her 5 minutes of fame. She's gonna do a walk of shame. Who cares, right? No one cares. All right. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, so the 7 deadly sins is what we'll be doing next. But with that, there's well, the gift of God is eternal life. That's because the wages of sin is death. That's your payment. and some folks is doing overtime. That's your business. That's your business. Um, but the gift of God is eternal life. Now you think this is fun, you want to ignore it. The devil got you in his muck and miry clay, and you want him to share when other people get in quicksand with you. You better figure out how to get out. And that's by making better choices. We have options. Right now, someone, I'm going to make this personal, was trying to get me all some kind of way and in an illusion. And now they're stuck in that same illusion. See how it feels. And they're not really stuck, it's an illusion. And they can't quite figure it out because that's what they wanted from me. But I understand I have options. I do. That's so funny. I understood that with Jesus on my side, hello, things will work out fine. Fine. I'm gonna make it. See there? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, I will. Oh, yes. Okay. So, um, so there are again uh, some fruits. Okay, sins and fruits. Okay. So for the seven deadly sins, there are so many different opposite things that you can find, like love, joy, peace, faith, long suffering, gentleness versus covetousness, greed, gluttony. Yeah, these give you balance. I'm going to say if you are like a rank sinner where you've never considered the good, you've always been in an illusion by the devil that orgies and different things of that nature were cool, this will give you balance. Um, so people that enjoy that lifestyle, again, God still wants you to experience who He is. He does. He really does. He doesn't want you out here experiencing all this foolishness. Okay. So if that is your lifestyle, He still wants to bring balance, and hopefully you'll fall in love with Him, fall into your God state. But everybody needs balance. It's just not, He didn't bring us on this earth to be one sided or lopsided or just out here um, being a victim to the devil. You know, He just didn't. He just really did not. So He definitely wants us to experience His joy, His love, His peace, His faith, His long suffering, His goodness. He wants to take care of us. Why would someone deny that? It's your prerogative. We have free will, as somebody said. I do what I want to do. I think for myself. I don't have to listen to God. Well, if He wants you, He will lock you down. And good luck with that, because yeah, that's like a child in the corner. He will put you out of commission and let you have to depend on Him and find yourself. And I don't like that. Mm-mm. I have these beverages here. I am not going. Mm-mm. Probably need to go over to what's the name? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it came on. It did. Okay. So with that, oh, it went back to 0%. So it needs some moments to juice up, huh? So, yeah, we're gonna do that. The seven deadly sins. We're gonna look into um, but the opposites of that. Like instead of producing or performing the seven deadly sins or any of them. And again, no, we're not perfect. We're working on it, but we do want to balance the scales for those that are out here without protection. You want protection, trust me. You do not want to be so vulnerable because remember, the devil doesn't have friends. Mm-mm, he doesn't. If he got you doing all of this in your flesh, he's already tricked you. If he got you doing any of these, now again, we're working on being perfect, all of us. but we have to balance, okay? Because karma is very much so just your payment for the way you live and the way you conduct your life, your business. Um, and the earth is set up that way. No matter what you do, you will be paid. You will be paid. Yeah, you will get payments. So you want good payment. You want good payment. Be on this side of the justice scale for Jesus. I mean, this is inevitable. Some people say, well, I don't want that part of my life. You don't want the fruit. You don't want fruit. You don't want vegetable. You just want to eat what you want to eat and do what you want to do, right? This is what you want. You want all. Look at all that. You just want to pick and choose per day how you want to live. That is your prerogative. But remember, there will be a payment. Yes, and ultimately it will be heaven or hell. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. He doesn't need your permission to believe or for it to be true. That's the crazy part. He made you, so he is the source of all things, including you. And you don't have to believe him. You don't have to acknowledge him. And you don't have to do nothing. He doesn't need your acknowledgement, your permission, your agreement, nothing, really. Not at all. And he's God by himself. God is love, right? So the seven deadly sins are here. Okay. I mean, no, this is what we'll be studying. And then we'll have the other thing for the positive part of that, or the opposite, which again is very much so related to this. Love is, or this. Okay. Very much so. Okay. Very much so. So you want to pay attention to your life and the things that you do. You don't want to let it be said too late that you missed it. You weren't prepared because you don't know when life will change or end. You don't know um, when he's coming back. You don't know and different things, and you don't want to be bamboozled and your payment be this. You don't want this, I'm telling you. On this side, a lot of people gonna get this, as they call it, the F check. Yeah, the works of the flesh. They work so hard in pride and trying to be the top dog of something, and trying to look good in front of people. And God wants to look good in your life. He wants to be your provider and the person you says, hey, look at what God did, not what you did, not what your neighbor did for you, not how you went and stole something, not how you went and cheated and obtained something. That's just not. Oh, I did it. Oh, what's the password? I did it. Oh, I kept changing it. I did it. I unlocked it. Okay, so again, we probably won't do this right now. Um, but um, let's see what we can find since we're here. God is so good, guys. What time is it? Jesus Christ. There's a phone in here. Let's see. Is it connected to anything? I don't have the internet on. And there's a system update. Oh, wait. What was the last date for this? September 8th of last year, someone tore up my computer, my print, my thing. I don't even want to change it really. It's just updates, all right. Um, Weekly Facebook update. Forgive God, glory. Yeah, 96 days ago. Maybe I'll take a snapshot of this foolishness. Because I don't think anybody even has a lot of notifications since the last time. Jesus. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. What I mean was new emails. Yeah. Okay. So, do they have? Let's see. Let's try this. Where's the? I need more lighting, but I think this is okay, right? Okay. Let's see if I can do Wi-Fi. Hello. Okay. Connected. Oh, righty dokey dokey okey doke. All right. Now, so I guess we'll get into this quickly. It says it's been disconnected. What is that? I'll delete it. I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, I need a second computer. I'm not. I don't know. It says it's let's see, not connected. Connect security. Wells. Deadliest. The 7 deadly sins. There's a movie, We'll be paying attention. Who would pay attention? Who would see that? All right, so we're going to juice these videos up a bit. All right, let's try this one. All right, so again, I could have done this before I got online, but I love you guys. I love talking to you and sharing all that good stuff. So we're just gonna write these, say them out loud: pride, greed, or covetousness. There's a different way the Bible actually reads these off: wrath, lust, envy. But this is for the everyday. Gluttony. I should have put this at the bottom because it's see if it'll fit. I did it. So smart. And sloth. All right. For slowfulness. All right. Okay. So this is what they're saying. Now I don't know, but we'll see. We'll go over it. 7 heavenly virtues because there's so many. God has given us a plethora of tools. I mean, when you see these tools and it really stands out to you, you're gonna be like, I'm going with God. I don't have time for this. Okay, I don't want this other lifestyle. This is too hard. But people endure the foolishness. I don't understand. That's their business. Justice, prudence, temperance. I'm gonna put this big word here. Again, I think someone just did this in contrast of courage of the 7 deadly sins. I don't know. Faith, hope, and charity, which is love. Charity is love, okay? So the seven deadly sins, which is what we're going to delve into, are pride, greed, wrath, lust. Is that lust? Lust, envy, gluttony, and sloth. And these are very ugly, ugly traits. And I'm not sure people even know that they have them. I keep seeing this lady in a bathroom, and there's another lady that may be unsuspecting, sort of just beautiful, put on her makeup. The other lady's just as pretty, but the other lady may have had something magnified to her by the devil, where maybe she doesn't feel as pretty, or she just looks at this other lady as if she's just the epitome of beauty, and it's like, lady, the devil is tricking you. That's an illusion he got you stuck in. Don't mess with that lady. But she's literally like you're, oh, just make me sing. You're so pretty, and it's like, she didn't ask to be pretty, lady. That lady didn't wake up and go, I think I want to be the fairest girl in the land. Go sit down somewhere crazy. Seriously, grow up. So she's stuck. She's stuck in some foolishness, and she wants to take it out on this lady. This lady's done nothing to her. Jesus. So there's different scriptures to reference these sins individually. They don't show up together. Okay. We're going to delve in a little bit, but I wanted to give you a little background. I don't know how accurate this is, but we can explore. And I don't like to put out bad information, but we can explore together. Now, according to this particular teaching by Inspired Feed, yeah, they're saying these are the seven deadly sins. What are they? And they're going to explain them in details. It says the seven deadly sins were referred to behaviors and habits that are considered among most cardinal vices under Christian teachings. Now, Christians did create this. Okay, I don't even use the word Christian because everybody is one. Everybody is one. Everybody goes to church on a Sunday, whether they're Roman Catholic or Jew or I don't know. I don't care. I do not. But these are considered cardinal vices, worldly, fleshly vices, or actions, behaviors that people do teach. Behaviors and habits that are considered among the most cardinal vices under the Christian teachings. Ironically, the seven deadly sins do not appear explicitly together in the Bible. However, each of these vices get ample mention throughout the Bible and other religious books, albeit individually. Also known as capital vices or cardinal sins, the seven deadly sins are believed to give birth to other forms of immorality. Yes, that's why I said when you link up with love, okay, when you link up with love, pretty much the rest of these follow because God is love. He's the epitome of it all. So anything else you do will probably fall under that. I mean, how do you love a person but you can still be in this energy? Okay, how do you love someone and you can still go here? You can kill, murder, steal, and if someone loves you, they're not going to murder someone else just to make ends meet. Okay, they're not going to compete with other people in order to succeed, hoping they fall and hurt themselves. They're not going to carry strife around just so you can eat at night. Okay, that's not love. They're not going to commit adultery or fornication and then come and tell you, oh, I love you so much. They're not going to be haters. Okay, they're not going to hate you or anyone else. Now, again, we are working on all of this, but let's just keep it really simple. You can't pretty much have all of this or these and mix it with these. That's what I'm saying. God is love. God is love. So love is patient. Love is kind. Now, don't get it twisted. God in the Bible will destroy a whole nation, a whole city, state. Listen, I don't play with God. Because, I mean, he owns you And if he don't want you here, he will take you back and bring you on back some other kind of way. Okay, at his discretion. So I don't play with the Bible as much as possible. But yeah, he'll get you on up off the earth and it'll bring you back. However, if you should come back, okay, at whatever capacity. That's for you and him. I don't care. All right. So these immoralities come in the form of pride, greed, wrath, lust, envy, gluttony, and sloth. All right. So the seven deadly sins often stand in contrast to the seven heavenly virtues, which we spoke about: prudence, justice, temperance, courage, faith, hope, and charity. Okay. So the history of these seven deadly sins, um, as we've already mentioned, they do not appear in the Bible side by side. But as you shall find out, there are numerous scriptures or scriptural references to each of the sins individually. The history of the seven deadly sins goes back to, it says year 400 AD. Now, again, this ain't my study. I'm just sharing because I like to talk and we can talk about this. If you see something wrong, you put it at the bottom, like, oh no. But we're not going to go back and forth about Orthodox Jews and, well, this is what we did and that. We're not, because each region had their own purpose for doing whatever they did under God's business. So we're not going to go back and forth in that sense, but um, casting out the illusions and delusions that the devil has set for people to stay stuck in these energies. That's what we want to do. People are so stuck right now, even with the news. And I mean, they're going to really pull out some stunts in a brief moment, but we won't even talk about that yet. The first person, it says in 400 AD, to categorize the vices were fourth century monks. And this one was named Evagrius Ponticus. And this could be in the Bible. However, he identified eight, not seven, vilest, most vile sins to resist. 2 centuries later, the list refined to seven by Pope Gregory the First. Besides playing a role in the compilation of the seven deadly sins, Pope Gregory the First also came up with the seven deadly virtues. Oh, the Bible validates both the seven deadly sins as well as the seven heavenly virtues. Perhaps the earliest, and I did see that eighth one. We'll get to that. Perhaps the earliest scriptural references to some of the seven deadly sins were in Exodus, the 20th chapter, and Deuteronomy, the 5th, which lists the Ten Commandments. Um, so some people are saying, well, I'll just follow the Ten Commandments. You shall not have any other gods before me. Do not make idols or worship them. Do not take the Lord's name in vain. Why would you make it and not worship it? So don't make an idol. Makes sense. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's in vain. Because, I mean, do you really need them? Or can you just adjust your personality or your response to something instead of saying, God damn that? Do you really need to curse that? That's real. I mean, really, are you that out of control that you have to have that much wrath responding to something? Or you want God to damn it or curse it or, oh my God. I mean, really, was that necessary? I think we all do that, though, at some capacity because it's so normal. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Oh my God. On my God. I swear. I promise. I swear. But that swearing stuff, you don't swear on God because that's real. Okay. And you may have to pay for that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Remember the Sabbath day. And remember, the Sabbath normally was not Sunday. I believe it was Saturday. Just me. I don't care. And keep it holy. So again, somewhere along the way, they changed I won't say astronomy, but the way the calendar operates with birth dates, because normally, I believe it was December was the first month of the year. Or was it February? Something like that. April had its own thing, February, and it wasn't the days that we have naturally. There were different days, but um, things changed over time, just did. Um, Saturday was the first day of the month of the year of the week. It was Saturday. Sunday was the last day. Yeah, you can look it up. I don't care. Just look it up. No arguments here. I'm just telling you what I won't say I believe, but I looked into. Um, they switched a whole bunch of stuff over time. They just did whoever they are. I don't care. Honor your parents. I'm gonna say when you're hearing things like this, trust God. You can look it up, um, but you have to use your own discretion, your own understanding, and you pray to your God and you ask Him what's good for you. Okay, because again, everybody has their own assignment here. Everybody has their own purpose and mission, and only God knows that. So for me to go and delve into your life or something you said and try and correct you with the force of God is kind of out of line, because I know why God told me to say what I said. In other words, I'm just doing what I'm told. Um, so for you to come and tell me, well, that's not true. It's like, well, can you focus on your own assignment? What are you supposed to do here? What is your purpose? Go do that. Let God handle me. Thank you. So, yeah, but you can't be spreading all this false. Honor your parents. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery and don't steal. Don't lie and don't covet. Honor your parents. You should not have other gods before me. That's your car, money, your clothes, your status, anything. You don't make idols. Your car, your wife, your husband, those are your trophies. Same as an idol. Your children. Oh, I'm so proud of my kids. Um, don't make an idol. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Don't play with it. It's very sacred. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor your parents. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't covet. If you casually skim through the list, you can immediately spot the correlation between some of the Ten Commandments and the seven deadly sins. For instance, the commandment says, don't covet. It resonates quite well with the sin of greed and envy. Greed and envy. Woo, Jesus. I'm telling you, some people got all of this and some. Don't commit adultery resonates with the sin of lust. So let's go ahead and do this because there's a lot of information here. A lot. So let's just get down to the first one, which is probably pride. Let's see. Even seven are an abomination. Proud look, a lying tongue. Proud look, lying. Comes under all of it. Shoot, I don't know. So they give six things that God hates: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift to run to evil, a false witness to speak lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. So again, there's a lot more that was being said here, but we're going to go ahead and get into some of these the seven deadly sins or signs. Oh, somebody put signs. It's sins. Oh well. All right. So the first one we're going to look at is lust. Okay. So lust refers to an intense desire, usually to engage in illegal or immoral sexual pleasure. Lust can lead to sexual immorality between two unmarried individuals, fornication, or between two people who are not legally married to one another, which is adultery. Huh? Two unmarried individuals or between two people who are not legally married to one another. In other words, adultery also happens when a married person seeks out sexual pleasure with an unmarried person. If the lust for sexual pleasure isn't tamed, it could lead to rape or even bestiality. I don't know what's that about, but again, when you start to do one and you open that door, the devil wants to bring in seven of his buddies, more of his buds, okay? But lust doesn't only manifest in sexual desire. Absolutely. You can have a Lexus truck and someone could be going, I could do better than that. She doesn't deserve that. I don't want her to have that. I want it. I don't want her to have it. So It can also constitute a strong or unreasonable desire for wealth, fame, and power. I want the nice car, not her, me. So lust counterparts with love, unselfishness, self-control, and chastity. Chastity is kind of related to charity, sort of. It's more or less um, practicing restraint, and love does the same. It has control. So going back to love is patient, kind, does not envy, does not boast, does not dishonor others, does not seek its own, doesn't keep records of wrong, is not easily angered. It protects, trusts, hopes, preserves, and never fails. And it does not delight in evil, but rejoice in truth. When you're having lust, you're not in control. You're not practicing self-control or restraint sexually or whatever, and you're not selfish. You're selfish. So very selfish. So some of the scriptures that relate to this are 1 John 2:16, 1 Peter 2:11 and 2. 1 Peter 2nd chapter 11th verse, 2 Timothy 2 and verse 22, James 1:14 and 15, Job 31 and 1, Matthew 5 and 28, and Philippians 4 and 8. And it's only because I'm conflicting in my thoughts right now, doing something else, because the devil positioned me to do something, and it's like, there's a bit of a war, but I know what I'm going to do. So I'm a bit anxious. All right. Now, so that's lust. And again, um, it is let's see, we're going to do a definition for this one. An intense desire, which is why men are willing to pay and do some shady, underhanded trickery, and why women need to protect themselves and be wise in their endeavors and prayerful, because this could go into where you meet up with someone, they can be undercover, and they can get you for prostitution or legal problems. And that might not even be your MO, but you took the bait. Okay, so that's what we're going to put for lust. An intense desire, usually to engage in illegal or immoral sexual pleasure, but is not limited to that, as it stated. This could be someone that lusts after your car or your lifestyle. And again, it comes in with greed and envy and gluttony. Why are you being greedy? Okay. Why are you being prideful? You think you deserve something that someone else worked for. You want to steal. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put lust here. Gluttony is next. Okay. You hear that sometimes in a movie. Stop being a glutton. Okay. Stop being greedy. Stop eating. Who is it? Who is it? Hello? Oh, maybe it's not for me. So gluttony refers to overconsumption of something. How can I help you? Who is it? Hello? Oh. Oh, I ain't even hear no music. Wow. Are you security?
Yes.
For the building?
Yes.
Okay, so if I need to be walked out, you can take me.
Yes.
How do I reach you? Oh, there's no phone in here. Call the office
Just call downstairs and just tell them, say, can you have security come to the room?
to walk me out or whatever like that.
Yes,
Phone feels like, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't even hear any music. Oh, it came on. How crazy. I've been sitting here all this time playing with this light and it wouldn't come off, so it'd probably go back out. Weird. I don't know. See, there's more light in here. So anyway, somebody's knocking on this door. Okay, so Gluttony, it refers to over consuming food or anything to the point of waste. Now I'm going to tell you a very, very, very common, I'm sure, but fascinating way that people think. Because gluttony is not just food or anything, right? It said or anything. Food or anything. Now, a lot of people have been wounded, right? However, maybe they grew up in a family where they could maintain things and so they once they get old enough they hoarder. They just keep things. This may be empty. It's not. But to me, I just want to keep it. I just haven't thrown it out. I just haven't thrown it out. And I don't think I want to. I don't even think about it. I don't care. So somehow this is always around somewhere, right? And it may have a little change in it. I never really fill it up, but maybe three, four, five, six pennies, a few quarters, and some nickels. So I have my own trauma. The reason why I can't quite throw this away. Now that's your people's business, right? I don't care. But there are people that can't just throw away things they don't need or want or don't use. They just can't. It's always somewhere. They just in their head. Again, they could have had some type of real loss that triggered. I must hold on to things. It makes me feel safe. And they don't have to hug it, but they have to see stuff. It can't be bare. It can't be empty. They just need that security of, hey, I got stuff. Okay, for whatever reason, at least I got a few pennies. They're mine. Someone else will come in and figure, oh, hey, they got their own scars. They got their own stuff going on, and they will figure, huh, they got this stuff. They don't even use it. All these pennies and things. It's just in a container. They will swipe it. They will swipe it, swipe or no swiping. They will take it and pretend you were wasteful. You're just greedy. You don't want to share. So over consumption of food or anything to the point of waste. Once again, you can have a lot of money, and because it's not moving, someone's monitoring it, which is not their business, and they feel like they need to help you. Like you're not using all of it. Why do you need it? They think you're over consuming. It's yours. They think you're gluttonous and greedy. You might not even know about it. But to them, in their head, in the delusion, you're greedy. You don't deserve this. That's in their head. Because they're operating under this energy, these energies, right? All of them. We're going to get into them. Because they're under what? The flesh act. They're working under their feelings. Whatever the devil planted. Poverty, hatred, whatever. They're going with it. They're going with it. They're going all the way. They've decided they're going to steal it and they're going to be greedy and do what they want to control it because they feel like it'll be wasteful to you. So they're going to waste it because they're overdoing. They're overcompensating. They're over consuming. But they say it's you. You haven't even began to explore whatever the frick this is they're talking about. Oh, people. So, in the Christian context, not a believers, but I'm not going to judge. I don't care. Gluttony is considered, and what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to say that you're not a Christian and you should be a believer. What I'm saying is, again, the word Christian is used so broadly. People associate it with slavery, mistreatment, racism, and it could be very true. Their experience from the 1800s, passing it down to their children, whether you are the victim or the victor of this foolishness. People associate the word Christian with some very negative things, period. And the Bible did not say be a Christian. I don't care. It's not an argument. It's just pointing out what I have not seen. When I say that, it's not to be funny or to dismiss anyone or any ideas or whatever. It's just to say, just believe. You don't need a title. Just be a believer. Calm down. It's too much. It's too many things going on. People fighting over stuff. Just believe the Bible. That's all it asked. Okay. It gave you the choice. Calm down. Okay, so in this context of what the Bible teaches, gluttony is considered as the overindulgence in food when you should spare some for the needy. So, yes, you should share. You should be thoughtful for others, but they shouldn't be stealing either if you're not moving quick enough for them. Okay, it is yours to disperse, it's yours to pray over. And if you're in these energies, I guess they need to pray. Okay, because it's not their job to envy you and to steal from you and to make you bad because they don't like you, like you're different, they don't prefer you, okay? And they're using witchcraft to control you so they can take an advantage of you. And they're using wrath. They're mad, super big mad over what God has blessed you with. And they feel like you're unclean, you're fornicating, and all that when these are probably things they're open to. You don't want to be in that energy. Let them have it. Who cares? Okay, there's numerous ways to commit gluttony, including eating too much, eating too soon, eating too daintily, or eating too expensively, or eating too eagerly. Now, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about. Gluttony counterparts, self control, contentment, discernment. I thought content, okay, contentment is happiness. Contempt, whatever. Words. Patience and temperance. Okay. So the references, they're here. If you want them, let me know. I'll put them in the response. But I'll just say them. 1 Corinthians, 3rd chapter, 16th and 17th verse, and the 10th chapter and the 31st verse. Philippians 3, 19 and 20, Proverbs 23, 1 through 3, and also 23rd chapter of Proverbs, 19th verse through the 21st verse, and Psalms, the 78th chapter, 17th through 19th verse. Okay. So, all right, greed. I never heard this word before. Avarice. Wait, avarice. 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 I don't know. But we'll look into it. So, greed. It kind of links back to covetousness. You want something someone else has or more than what you have already. So you're like seeking more that. These are demonic spirits, people. I don't care what you say. Go on and demonize it. I don't care. Demonize it. It's the stuff that comes from it is not of God. And again, it gets very insatiable. Cupidity. I don't know what that is. Cupidity. Yeah. Cupidity. Mm-mm. So, greed is an intense desire and passionate love for material wealth, all right? Much like lust and gluttony, greed results from an irrational longing for what you don't need. It can be overeating, more money. You probably don't need the money you're seeking. Okay. An intense desire and passion or love for material wealth. Now, I'm not writing very clearly because I'm still conflicted about this thought. Someone planted in my big head. The sin of greed manifests in various ways, including hoarding of materials, yeah, theft and robbery, and bribery and corruption. Numerous biblical prophets condemned greed, ranging from Nehemiah to Isaiah, Jeremiah, etc. Jesus himself covered the topic of greed extensively, constantly challenging the rich to give to the poor if they wish to inherit the kingdom of God. There's nothing wrong with wealth, as long as you do not replace it as God. You have to share. Okay, you have to help people. They got these little bootleg charities. I'm sure I know why. Little places where you can get money or get help through their charities. And freaking, once you read the website or do the application, you be like, what? You be like, what? You be like, I don't know what happened. Really. I'm just having fun with these cards. They ain't got no of these cards. I'm just doing stuff. They're blank. Just having fun. Making noise. Um, but I am loosening them up, actually. All right, so throughout the Bible, one thing comes out abundantly clear that material possessions can draw a man away from God, and it's better to have just enough to get by. Too little can make a man covet his neighbor's possessions, and too much can lead to pride. Greek counterparts: kindness, generosity, charity. Back to the works of the flesh, which are destruction. But the fruits of the Spirit, good stuff. Kindness, generosity, charity. And you shall inherit the earth. Be good, okay? Read references, scripture wise: 1 Timothy 6, 9 and 10, Ecclesiastes 5 and 10, Philippians 4 and 6, Proverbs 11, 24, 28, 25. Sloth, best friends, sloth. Now, this is fascinating. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just look into it. Remember, these are the 7 deadly sins. Okay. Sloth is at the bottom. Okay. So, sloth or Acadia, I'm going to assume all of this is another language, is laziness. Now, I'm going to say this. It's just me and my psychological want to be a psychiatrist head. To me, laziness is really a plot from the devil to put you in the illusion that you shouldn't be motivated. You may have had a parent that every time graduation came, any party, birthdays, Mother's Days, whatever, this person was so depraved as their own child, as themselves, that they didn't quite grow up emotionally. So they always destroy every opportunity of happiness for you. Any party, anybody associated, they have to be the show. They got to be doing something kooky to get attention. They just have to be up front. They just have to be getting locked up or getting into trouble or starting a fight or destroying something. Oops, I didn't mean to knock that down. Just always doing stuff. And that may cause you not to be motivated. And people will consider you lazy. When you've had so many blockages, even as a child, and again, children can't control everything. So when these things happen, you do your best to be resilient, but anybody can only take so much, okay? It will take God to kind of keep you going, a certain mindset of understanding that the most you have to do is be in these good energies, okay? Use your fruit to keep your energy up, keep your vibrations high, okay? The fruits of the Spirit. Keep your energy high. That way you won't feel lazy because most of these things are worked by this. Sloth, again, is work of the flesh, right? It's a spirit. It's deadly. Because if you're not having a vision and you're not making it plain and you're not operating in the spirit of my people perish because of lack of knowledge, if you're not operating in these among others, and I'm not saying these are the wherewithal, but what I'm saying is you need to especially work with this one. God is love. So if you're operating in a spirit where you're they call it procrastination now. It's called sloth. If you're like not wanting to leave the bed and all that stuff, I get it. Things happen so often you just don't wanna work. You wanna kind of yeah. And it could be very well a demon that was attached to you if it's sexually motivated also, or you're just not motivated Okay, it says sloth is laziness as is manifested by the willingness to avoid work, the willful avoidance of work. Now, work doesn't mean going out and making a paycheck, but we all have a work to do. Again, even in the kingdom, you can't necessarily sit and not even pretty much share with your family what the Bible said. You can't not live that life. That is a work. When you're not responding to people, when you're being patient and kind, trust me, that is work. That is work, and God will pay you. Trust me, He will pay you. Yes. Unlike the deadly sins we've highlighted so far, uh, laziness isn't inspired by immorality. Laziness isn't inspired by immorality, rather, it stems from the desire to avoid responsibility. It's not inspired by immorality, or more or less stems from the desire to avoid responsibility. One adage that aptly captures the sin of sloth is those who don't work should not eat. Of course, it makes more sense when there's more work to be done than the number of people willing to do it. Sloth could also imply disinterest in spiritual growth. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean physical stuff, it can be spiritual also. People don't want to do the work for God, they don't want to do the work for themselves, they don't want to work on their pride. They don't want to work on not being an adulterer. Some people like being a prostitute. Some people like being the sad chick. Some people like fornication. Some people like revelings, parties that are wild with sexual immorality, orgies, things of that nature. And I don't think they like it. I think the demons enjoy it and they reward these people with stupid door prizes, like diseases. Demons like that stuff and they drag people into those situations. And because people are not operating with the ultimate creator, which is God, which is love, they find themselves in these seven deadly sin spirits, these energies, okay, these spirits. So laziness, as is manifested by a willingness to avoid work. Again, work is not just money, it's also spiritual. Some people do not want to pray. They do not want to manifest with the Creator. They do not want to love people. They want to love money. They want to love status. They want to love vile things, wrath, envying, competitions, discriminations, witchcraft, hatred, strife. They love the foolishness, for whatever reason. There's a lot of things that could have happened in that person's life. That's why I don't get too deep or get too personal or get too in my feelings about someone else's life because you don't know their story. You don't know why. Again, there are a lot of children out here that were exposed to a lot of different things so young. Now they're adults. People are judging them and treating them poorly, and they're stealing your stuff. They don't care. And you're like, you're thief, you're this, you're that. Let God work it because God knows their heart and why. And guess what? Even as a pedophile, who are you to take a life? Who are you? Okay, God can take your life. What have you done? Oh, you stole something. You fornicated. You married someone for insurance money, then killed them. Right? You had a competition with someone that didn't even know you existed and didn't care. Still don't. You have strife. You're mad at someone. No one's even thinking about you. You're just big mad by yourself. No one cares because we happy. We don't care. Yeah. You're envious. And you could have did the same thing, the same work, but you were operating in these spirits, these energies, hovering over these is your guide. Oh, I gotta do bigger than her. I gotta do better than her. I'm gonna start. She don't even know you exist. She doesn't care because she's operating in this. And this right here, God is patient. He's love. He's kind. He's protective. He does not delight in your evil, but rejoices in the truth, which is Himself. He protects. He trusts. He hopes. He preserves. He never fails. And all this other good stuff. So you gonna play with this. All these people Bible thumping, acting like they big stuff, and they doing all this. No, they ain't doing that at all. Hold on. They doing all of this foolishness. They don't think nobody knows. You play too much. But it will show up. It will show up. You don't want this for anybody. But it's the foolishness they choose. They have choices, right? Nobody that hard up. Nobody's that hard up. It should be. That's crazy. So anyway, there's a lot more to say about that. But boy, this is so good. It's just good. All right. So their counterparts to sloth is diligence, zeal, perseverance, and servanthood. Okay, I do my angel work. I give people trips. It's dangerous, but I do. I trust that God will carry me in doing my good deeds. The references for sloth is Colossians 3:23, Romans 12:1-13, and Proverbs 6:6, 13:4, and 24:33-34. And those that don't know that, go slow, play it back as many times as you like. But these are scriptures referencing things that relate to slothfulness. That's what we say. It could be slothfulness, slothness. I don't know. Wrath is the next. Now I don't know how many more we do. There's 7. I did 5. So wrath is next. All right. So it's simply uncontrolled feeling. I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings, girl. I'm kind of mad that you got that fool that's hyping you up to go to jail and do the works of the flesh. So now you're getting really wrathy, really mad. Where's that word? Wrath. You finna go fight somebody, or even strife. You finna go fight. Yeah, you winning to winning now. You got on your gym shoes. You wait on that heifer to come out. You finna lose your job, your freedom, your kids, your apartment, because you want to fight. It's simply uncontrolled feelings of anger, rage, or hatred. Wrath feeds on a strong desire to exact revenge and is often fueled by an irrational drive to harm others. Say psych ward. Yeah, that's probably where you're headed. Yeah, psych ward. Say that. So we did wrath. Simply uncontrolled anger, rage, and hatred. What? What did someone do to you? They put you in your head, huh? And they didn't realize how dangerous it was. Now, if you're just feeling this and people don't even know you exist, then you really need psychiatric attention, honey. You fighting somebody over a big house they have or some money that they have. They don't even know you exist. You never say hi or bye to this person hardly. You do nothing with them. And you just want to fight. You have an irrational drive in your head to harm someone. As it is inspired by feelings of vengeance, the sin of wrath can persist even when the person is triggered. What a dumb word. It is long dead. Nobody even thinking about you. Nobody even know you exist. A classic case of wrath is long-running family feuds or business rivalries, which is stupid. Now, here's the crazy part. Here you are operating your business and with him, the creator of the earth and the universe. Of such there is no law. But here's this clown who can't quite put their panties on right without thinking about you. Feeling envious, feeling greedy, like she don't deserve all that. He doesn't deserve all that. Who is he? Who do they think they are? And they got this whole battle because they feel you're gluttonous when they're wanting what you got. They have what they need. They have a husband, children, all that. But they're looking at you as if you're better. Say illusion. And they're lusting. And they're being greedy and prideful and being wrathful. And they think it's your problem. And they're going to come to you and start some big old fight because they're in these energies. They probably had to do these things to get what they had. And here you are walking into it. And they're mad, which is none of their business. Absolutely not. That has nothing to do with you. Simply uncontrolled feelings of anger, rage, or hatred. For what? So now you're going to lose your mind, your family, your freedom, because you weren't walking in these. Who's that on? There's no law. Crazy. That's why some people never get in trouble. Ta-da! Now you can make up something. That happens. Good luck. Okay? So we're going to put wrath here. The counterpart of wrath, once again, is gentleness, self control, patience, and peace. Okay? All right? All right, so the scriptures for that, for wrath, is Colossians, the 3rd chapter, 8th verse, Ephesians, the 4th chapter, 26th, 27th verse, James 1, 19 and 20, Proverbs 14, 29 and 15, 1, Psalms 37 and 8, and Romans 12 and 19. All right, you can replay that if you need. If I'm talking too fast, you can go to the little gear at the top when you're watching the videos, the gear thing setting thing at the top of videos, and you can speed down the speech if it's too much. Okay. Oh shoot, can I spell? Oh, that's not working out well. Envy. Now see, I grew up with this stuff, so it doesn't bother me. It's kind of all right. So envy is a desire for possessions, happiness, as well as the talents and abilities of others. Okay. The desire, that's weird, for possessions, happiness of someone else. Wow. This is dangerous. That's scary. As well as, I mean, this is goofy. Wow, this is very sick. And abilities. I'm not going to judge. That's crazy. Can I spell? Ooh. Well, you hear my words. Ooh, this is spooky. Envy. The desire for possessions, happiness, as well as the talents and abilities of others. That's deep. That hits. Most envious people are sad and will go out of their way to get what other people have. According to them, the other person doesn't deserve the wealth, the talents, or status that they have. Well, who's supposed to get it? As you may already be aware, it's through the devil's envy for God's throne that sin entered the world. It's also because of envy that Cain murdered his brother Abel. Oh, I say Cain and Abe. Envy counterparts, right back, y'all. Love, joy, compassion, kindness, gratitude, which is thankfulness and satisfaction. The scripture references are Ecclesiastes 4 and 4, Ecclesiastes 4 and 4, Galatians 5:26, Job 5:2, Proverbs 14:30, and 24:19 through 20, also Psalms 37 and 1. Okay, I think this is the last one, which is pride. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but these are the deadliest sins. There's a lot. But these are pretty much, again, you let one in, the others are probably there or following. This is defined as an excessive, that's scary, love for oneself, extremely selfish, right? Me, oneself or one's self, belief in, sounds normal, you're supposed to love yourself, excessive, wow, yeah, that's almost narcissistic, I think. Depends on the spectrum. And one's abilities. We're going to read this again, so I'm interrupting because I'm special. I just know people. Okay? So I'm thinking back on people that operate in this way and they don't see it because they're too busy watching you. Okay, so we're going to read it again because this is deep. All right, there we go. So, pride is defined as an excessive love for oneself, belief in one's abilities, the desire to excel everyone else. Now, it sounds normal. Again, when you think about it, this is what you should want to do. You should want to love yourself greatly and believe in your abilities and desire to excel above everyone else. But when it's excessive, like you will kill someone or yourself just to be on the top, it all means, again, it's okay to be, I won't say competitive. I mean, we have to have a healthy dose of everything, competition, balance, uh, difference. Again, I think it's the spirit that you operate in. If you're coming from an evil, demonic place, we do have to compete for jobs. We do have to have some prejudice in life. Can't accept any and everything. You got to have your own level of. I have standards. I'm not going to do that. Um, you're going to meet people. They might trick you. All that adultery, fornication, but you want to abstain. You don't want to be in evil energies. Okay, people have sex. Okay, and God said it's probably sin when it's done in a certain spirit. Okay, and that's what people differentiate witchcraft, trying to control someone else or a certain outcome or things of that nature. Wrath. It's okay to be angry, but you don't have to sin. See, wrath is gonna like take you out. Okay, it's gonna try and show you what. It's gonna try and destroy you. Again, murder. It's not just someone physically bothering you, okay, or threatening you, or harming you, or taking you out. It could be someone that's just bad mouthing you online, saying things they shouldn't say to prevent people from supporting you, from helping you, from listening to you, from watching you. They want the attention. They don't want you. So where they want all the money, they want all the trophies, they want all the glory. That's a bad energy. It's just bad. It's just not good. So it's okay to want to be the top of something, to be the greatest, whatever. But I think the energy that you do it in when you want someone harmed or hurt, that's not good. Okay. I mean, we're human. We're down here having, some experiences. Some of us may be supernatural. Some of us may have abilities that may label us a certain way in society. Who cares? Okay. Stay away from these. Be great. Okay. Compete. Meet people. Have fun. Love things. You know, enjoy. But don't let the devil creep in and spoil it. That's it. Okay? Don't let him creep in and take what God has given you, which is freedom, with illusions. Okay? Pride, excessive love for oneself, or wanting to be on top. Envy, wanting someone else's successes and talents and wealth or whatever. And wealth doesn't mean money. Be the fact that you have information, the fact that you grow easily, you learn new things, you're happy, you're okay. They don't like that. And they can have the same thing when they operate in these energies, okay? Love is patient, kind. I wouldn't say grow up. How about that? See, some people never grow up. Wrath, being angry to the point where you kill someone or destroy them or hurt them and think nothing of it. Because you figure, I can't get locked up for that. You keep going, you're going to commit one of these against someone because it's excessive and out of control. That was the works of the flesh. You can always pause these, okay? One of these leads to death. This could be one. You don't want to do the work for God, the spiritual work or natural work. You have lack of information, and people perish. Don't mean a death, but pretty much. Okay, pretty much. Greed. Okay, gluttony, lust. Okay, they're not good. Not good energies. Deadly. Do you want to be dead? Again, this doesn't mean that you're dead or that you killed someone else. This could be you in jail or prison, not being able to succeed and do various things, except go back and get a degree and hope you get out sometime under parole for being a jerk, for being greedy. Okay. letting these operate in your life. Okay? You don't want that. Again, you want to stay on. Look at how heavy this is. Look at all these words. That seems like a lot of trouble. It seems like a lot of trouble. Okay? Look at these other ones. Look at this. All the tools you need to succeed. Does that seem like a hard assignment? Really? Being nice and kind and not allowing the devil to make you think, oh, if you're nice, people can take advantage of you. Remember, you have this energy. This ain't finna let you just get into stuff. Didn't I just say that? It's not gonna let you just run into stuff. It's not gonna let things run up on you too hard because love protects, love provides. It never fails. It hopes, it trusts. It doesn't delight in evil but rejoices in truth. It protects you. God protects you. Love is God. God is love. All day long. I think that's First John somewhere. Do not let the devil trick you and make a fool out of you. I told you guys he's recruiting. You don't want to be on his team. You do not want to be on his team. Trust me. Just don't. He's not good. He's not good. Okay? He's not good. So, fruits of the Spirit. Peace. I'll take it. Love. I'll take it. Temperance. I'll take it. Faith. I'll take it. Again, these are assignments. You can look these up yourself. Heresies. Oh, no. Meekness. I'm sorry. I'll take that. People see it as weakness. Wait till God's thunder hit the crack of their tails. Don't worry about it. Goodness. Remember, you're now operating in pride, long suffering, and gentleness. Okay? I'll take that. I'll take that. Over all this is dark, heavy, goofy energy. 7 deadly sins. It's goofy. Pride, greed, wrath, lust, envy, gluttony, and sloth. Not good. Okay? All day. Can't hide it. Not good. Works of the flesh. Alright. It just seems like heavy assignments. You will learn a lesson, trust me. You will learn a lesson. A lesson. Adultery, as we stated. Fornication. 2 people having sex, one may be married. Which makes it fornication too on one person's side. Uncleanness, that's your definition word. You can look it up. Murders, again, it doesn't mean physical murder. It can be spiritual. If someone wants to take you out the game, don't want you singing, don't want you speaking, don't want you performing, don't want you to be known, don't want you to speak, don't want people to listen, want to ban you, want your channels closed, want you to die. They don't care. All means necessary. Heresies, gossip. Oh, she sells drugs. She's promiscuous. She's not even what she says she is. Don't worry about it. As long as you get to heaven and get that mansion. Let them lie. Witchcraft, magic, all that good stuff. Let them do it. Let them say it. Nothing you can do about it. Step back and let God do it. Revelings, parties, celebrations, wild parties and celebrations. Taking great pleasure and delight. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with enjoying life and enjoying your company and people around you. It turns ugly when it's in an uproarious way. Wild. Orgies, drugs, foolishness, gossip, fighting, guns, lasciviousness, looseness in behavior, wild parties, orgies, too many partners, drugs, guns, danger. Because somebody is going to be out of control and somebody is going to get hurt, most likely. You don't want that. God didn't create you for that. He did not. Being at hotels, ladies, be careful, okay? I worked at a hotel. I didn't say a lot, but it's not a good place for young women for sure. Us old dogs, we kind of know how it goes. I don't even visit hotels with people. No, because I know the dangers, especially with that Kanika girl. You can be an adult and that happen. Okay, gotta be careful. All right, you gotta be careful. Okay, you gotta be careful. You don't know who's who in different countries, who's been hired to do what. So the other, which we may not get into tonight, is the heavenly virtues: prudence, justice, courage, temperance, faith, and hope, and charity. Yeah, justice, courage, temperance, faith, and hope. I'm not going to do these right now, but I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you to hang in there, trust God, do the right thing. Because again, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. You don't want to fall into dark energies. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life. There's nothing wrong with having parties and gatherings and enjoying your family and friends and people. But don't get out of control. Okay. Don't allow, and if you have to sit with yourself for a while, it's probably best. Because again, once you open the door to one of these, they're probably all going to come up. And then most likely someone will end up dead. Someone that had nothing to do with anything. Okay. It can be someone operating in this unit or spirit or energy or these. And they come to the party and they're telling other people heresies, rumors, lies, making them strifeful. They don't even know you, and they're getting mad. Now they want to join the fight. What fight? You have no idea what's going on, right? Because they're being greedy. They're being prideful and envious, and they're being gluttonous. And they're lazy, most likely. They don't want to do spiritual work, so they rather just start some mess, bring this to the table. People co-sign, and then someone ends up dead. Did you see murder here? That could be real. All because someone was doing some heresy, speaking words, saying things about another person that may not be true. And these people weren't smart enough to even check and see, well, why are they jealous of that person? Are they operating in pride? Who does that background check? Not many. They just go with the reveling, the sex, the orgies, and they're ready to fight. Literally, wrath, anger. You don't even know there's a fight. You don't even know somebody's mad that you drive a Lexus truck. You're not mad. You don't even know someone's mad that you lived in a house. You don't even know that there is a house or that there's some money for you. You don't even know that God has a plethora of things happening for you because people are continuing to envy you and to be greedy and to lust after something that you have and be in their pride energy and be mad about it and then be greedy saying it's you because they're lazy. Oh, God, listen, I'm just telling you. Don't operate in these energies. These are for losers. And God wants you to be a winner. Okay? He wants you to be virtuous. He wants you to be paid with virtues. Okay. There is no law against such things. People are trying to get you locked up. People are trying to get you in trouble. They're trying to steal your joy, your peace, your faith, your everything. They don't want you to have any of this because they're operating in this and they want you to be the same. They want you to be dead, disrespectful. But you keep your fruit. You keep it. You operate here. Even if they do put you in jail, it'd be for a purpose. Kind of like in the Bible when they put Paul in there, Paul and Silas, there was a purpose. It served a purpose. When they put Joseph in jail, there was a purpose. He became ruler, right? And all those same people had to come back to him, did they? Might have been a while, but they all had to come right back and get food and shelter or whatever. So, again, young people, if anybody's, again, I know life is hard sometimes, but if anyone is around you telling you to do bad things, you know right and wrong. You can't run per se, which is sad, but you can pray. You can pray. Because God does protect. He does preserve. He doesn't fail. He does support. He is patient and kind. He does not envy when you're successful. He does not boast in a bad way, in bad energies. He does not dishonor others unreasonably. He doesn't seek his own. Well, I can't say all of that, but what I'm saying is this is the energy he wants us to be in because he are all these things. Now, again, you don't want to box with an angry God. I'll tell you right now, your arms are way too short and you need to stop being stupid. God made you, and for you to feel like you're bigger than God and go beyond him and do something else, yeah, the end is death. Don't do that. So the 7 virtuous, heavenly virtues. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to take off and go do some research on an invitation we had right quick before it gets too late. God bless you guys. Basically, uh, dating with purpose. Okay. And it's late, so we might postpone this till the 4 o'clock time because we're not really trying to be out here this late meeting friends and things. It's bedtime, right? Although I just woke up. I was actually going to get to work. But we'll see. So be blessed. Know that God is good and worthy to be praised. And in all you're getting, get an understanding. Know that God loves us and he wants us to be prosperous and not in trouble. So thank you for joining me. If you want to support this channel, you could share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, your name, your testimony, or amen, that was good, something. We want to encourage each other. Have a good night and stay tuned. I shall be back.